This week we're working with black and white, and this is a simple kind of a little bit of an optical illusion design. You start with a wavy line, and where the line sort of bends in, the next line you're going to follow along, but it gets closer when there's a loop, and then a bigger loop, it goes further away. So you can see how it looks tight in some places and then looks wide in others. I would say go back and stop for the first few lines so you get the feel of how it goes. And then I go back in, and on the curves, I added little darker lines so that it looks like it's looping in or looping out. And I'm just kind of randomly filling in sections with some dark areas and some light areas. I'm always putting the dark areas in where things look like they're pinched, and those dark areas kind of increase the feeling of pinched. Um, in between some of the spaces, I'm doing some other curving lines that are coming in together, adding some dark, adding some light, adding some interesting sort of shapes in there. Pretty much this evolves however you want it to be. So you can pretty much do anything within the lines. I kind of like the zebra striping that's happening in these curved areas, so I'm sort of going over it. I got a thicker Sharpie to fill in some of those. Thicker Sharpie is a little hard because, it's sort of fat, so I kind of go between thick and thin. I started adding some polka dots just for visual interest and relief from so many lines, and the dots are creating sort of an interesting pattern. And I'm just kind of working all over the picture, jumping from place to place, saying, what does this need? I started adding some sort of kind of curved fat stripes in places that looked a little empty. If I find a place that needs some more dark, I'm thickening in some places. I'm adding little lines here and there. So this isn't pre-planned. I'm just kind of experimenting and adding things as I go. So the possibilities of how these will look are endless, and whatever you create is going to reflect you. So I'll be really interested to see what you do with it. It can be as big or as small as you want it to be. Oh, look, I added some polka dotty things in there too. The more varied lines and shapes you add, and some thicker lines and some thinner lines, the more interesting that your design is going to become. And I just kind of keep turning it and looking and adding more interesting things as I go that I can think of. And here's the finished product.